Hello, welcome back to my channel Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou, and today I'm going to share with you some Christian fiction books that I found that are releasing in March 2023. These are the books that I could find that are releasing in March. Let me know in the comments if I've missed any out. Also let me know as we're going through which one is your favourite and what books you're most likely to read. I'm still having some issues with my throat and my voice, so what I'm going to do is when it comes to reading out the descriptions, I'm going to add in a voiceover, which I will record as and when, just over the next few days, so that it's not too bitty. I will just sort of add in the voiceovers and yeah. We'll see how that goes. So if you're deaf, hard of hearing, and you usually lip read, I'm sorry, you won't be able to see my face at that point. You'll need to put the captions on. As always, I've put these together in different genres. So firstly, in historical fiction, The Escape Game by Marilyn Turk is being published by Barber Fiction. And I've seen several release dates for this one, some in February, some in March. A board game holds keys to prisoners' escape. After the Nazis started the bombing blitz of England, Beryl Clark puts her college on hold to return to Leeds, care for her mother and work as a secretary at the Waddington Game Company. While she endures the war at home, her brother James fights the enemy in the air. When he is shot down, injured and captured, James meets American POW Kenneth Anderson and they plan to escape the Nazi prison camp. Beryl knows there is a board game with escape plans being delivered to POWs by the Red Cross, but how will the men discover the game's secret? Remember Me by Tracie Peterson releases on March the 7th and is published by Bethany House. This is book 1 in the Pictures of the Heart series. Addie Bryant is haunted by her past of heartbreak and betrayal. After her beau, Isaac Hansen, left the Yukon, she made a vow to wait for him. When she's sold to a brothel owner after the death of her father, Addie manages to escape with the hope that she can forever hide her past and the belief that she will never have the future she's always dreamed of. Years later, Addie has found peace in her new life as a photographer, training camera girls to operate and sell the Brownie camera. But during the Alaska Yukon Pacific Expo in Seattle, Addie is reunited with Isaac, and when her past catches up with her, Addie must decide whether to run or to stay and face her wounds in order to embrace her life, her future, and her hope in God. Codename Edelweiss by Stephanie Landsem releases on the 7th of March, and it's published by Tyndale House. What I am looking for, what I desperately need, Mrs. Weiss, is a spy. Adolf Hitler is still a distant rumble on the horizon, but a Jewish spy master and his courageous spies uncover a storm of Nazi terror in their own backyard. In the summer of 1933, a man named Adolf Hitler is the new and powerful anti-Semitic Chancellor of Germany, but in Los Angeles, no-nonsense secretary Liesl Weiss has concerns much closer to home. The Great Depression is tightening its grip, and Liesl is the sole supporter of 2 children, an opinionated mother and a troubled brother. Leon Lewis is a Jewish lawyer who has watched Adolf Hitler's rise to power and the increase in anti-Semitism in America with growing alarm. He believes Nazi agents are working to seize control of Hollywood, the greatest propaganda machine the world has ever known. The trouble is, authorities scoff at his dire warnings. The Metropolitan Affair by Jocelyn Green releases on the 14th of March, and this is published by Bethany House, and it's book 1 in the Central Park book series. For years, her explorer father promised Dr. Lauren Westlake she'd accompany him on one of his Egyptian expeditions, but as the empty promises mounted, Lauren determined to earn her own way. Now the assistant curator of Egyptology for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Lauren receives 2 unexpected invitations. The first is her repentant father's offer to finally bring her to Egypt as his colleague on a new expedition. The second is a chance to enter the world of New York's wealthiest patrons who have been victims of art fraud. With Egyptomania sweeping the city after the discovery of King Tut's tomb, Detective Joe Caravello is on the hunt for a notorious forger preying on the open wallets of New York's high society. Fields of Bounty by Lauraine Snelling releases on the 21st of March, and this is book 3 in the Leah's Garden series, and it's published by Bethany House. They must set aside their own plans and rely on their faith to bring their true destiny to light. Lilac Nielsen's dream has come true. Handsome young Reverend Ethan Pritchard has finally noticed her, yet she must balance this new courtship with the pursuit of another dream, the publication of her artwork in a New York paper. She has secretly been submitting a series of drawings under a pen name, and if anyone traces the drawings back to her and finds out where Lilac and her sisters settled, the entire Nielsen family could be in danger. After the Shadows by Amanda Cabot is book 1 in her Sweet Water Crossing series, and it releases on the 21st of March and is published by Revell. Emily Leyland sheds no tears when her abusive husband is killed in a bar fight, but what awaits her back home in Sweetwater Crossing is far from the welcome and comfort she expected. First she discovers her father has died under mysterious circumstances. Then the house where the new schoolteacher and his son are supposed to board burns, leaving them homeless. When Emily proposes turning the family home into a boarding house, her sister is so incensed that she leaves town. Alone and broke, her family name sullied by controversy, Emily is determined to solve the mystery of her father's death and to aid Craig Ferguson despite her fears of men. In contemporary romance, Second Time Around by Melody Carlson releases on the 7th of March and it's published by Revell. When empty nester Mallory Farrell inherits her grandmother's rundown tourist shop in Seaport, Oregon, it seems only the sensible thing to do is to sell it. But when her former secret crush, Grayson Matthews, wants to buy the property in order to complete his plans to redevelop the funky town's business district into a soulless cookie-cutter outdoor mall, Mallory digs in her heels and decides to renovate the property herself. With a lot of hard work and a little bit of help, Mallory makes incredible progress, turning the store into an eclectic home decor shop called Romancing the Home, all while trying to ignore the depressing and decrepit apartment she's living in on the second floor. When the shop catches the eye of a popular renovation TV show producer, Mallory is thrilled until it becomes clear that her apartment is to be part of the segment as well. A novel proposal by Denise Hunter releases on the 21st of March and is published by Thomas Nelson. When novelist Sadie Goodwin is forced to stop writing westerns and charged with penning a contemporary romance novel to rescue her lackluster sales, there's only one tiny problem: she's never been in love. Desperate to salvage her career, Sadie begins devouring romance novels. Knowing she must devote herself to this confounding genre, she accepts an invitation to hole up at her friend's beach duplex for the summer. Where better to witness love in bloom than on the beautiful North Carolina shore? However, once ensconced in the charming oceanfront home with her sweet Maltipoo, Rio, she finds many ways to procrastinate. First there's the beach, right outside her back door, with all its interesting visitors, research. Then there's the free library she decides to build and set up by the back deck. She has to do something with all those romance novels, to say nothing of Sam Ford, the grumpy neighbour on the other side of the duplex, who she can't seem to stop annoying. Things take an unexpected turn when Sadie opens a recently placed novel to find a secret compartment, and tucked inside is a beautiful engagement ring. To whom does the ring belong? Sadie is convinced she needs to find the owner and save the man's proposal from certain doom. In mystery and suspense, Under Fire by Lynn H. Blackburn releases on the 7th of March and is published by Revell. This is Defend and Protect Book 3. Special Agent Zane Fletcher has landed his dream assignment protecting the President of the United States. When the President plans a fundraiser at the exclusive estate of a political supporter in Raleigh, Zane is thrilled to be working again with Special Agent Tessa Reed, his best friend, and the woman he desperately wishes could be more. Though Tessa almost lost everything, she battled her demons and came out on the other side healthy and healed. But when her role as liaison between Raleigh office and the President's protective detail wrenches her past back into the present, her greatest failure threatens to come to light. In fantasy and sci-fi, Enhanced by Candace Kade releases on the 14th of March and is published by Enclave Escape. This is listed as teenage Christian sci-fi and cyberpunk, and it's book 1 in the Hybrid series. Lee Urban is living a lie. In a society where everyone's DNA determines their destiny, being a natural means automatic relegation to the gritty and dangerous outskirts. With the harnessed power of gene editing, the ability to create a superhuman race has transformed the world and offered the opportunity of a genetically enhanced life, but only to those who can afford it. Born a natural, Lee Urban was adopted into the enhanced high society of the Asian Federation and forced to conceal her genetic roots. When her dream of attending Peking University becomes a reality, she is determined to go despite a warning from a mysterious source. Targeted by a hacker bent on exposing her true DNA, Urban faces off with an artificial intelligence game that puts her and her lies to the test. So those are all the books that I've got for you this month. Let me know in the comments if you've got any more to add, and also let me know which was your favourite one. And also let me know if this format is okay with you. It might be easier for me to film, especially when I'm struggling with my voice. So I hope you're having a really great reading week. And until next time, God bless. Bye.